We are now entering into some negotiations with business partners which are choosing between IBM Hyperledger and LuxTag built on NEM. And then even one recently asked me, okay, cool project, LuxTag, nice, but can you even build the same thing on IBM Hyperledger? So I started to look into that, but seems not really ready for the market. But do you have some more experience, or can you tell something about Hyperledger project?
Sure. So IBM has a great name. They have a long history. We all know that they've helped change the world. And while they're experts in hardware and computers, and they made some of the first computers, they are relatively newcomers into the blockchain and digital ledger technology industry and sphere. So IBM has a great history, and people will sometimes get confused between computer history and blockchain history. NEM started in 2014, before IBM really even started to think about blockchain at all. It didn't start until years later. So NEM has years of development ahead of IBM. And this is how we know that NEM has been securing blockchain technology with real live projects for more than 3 years. Billions of dollars have been secured on the NEM blockchain for years. $0 are being secured for 0 days on the Hyperledger project. When you go to CoinMarketCap, you see projects on Ethereum, you see projects on NEM, you see projects on Bitcoin, but you don't see anything on Hyperledger. And the moment that they have a good digital ledger technology, you will start to see some projects be born and start to see them having live tokens and they go out. But up until now, that hasn't happened because simply the technology still isn't there yet. We have confidence that Hyperledger will make a good product, but it's been designed to be a private chain technology. And there's just some security issues, there's some problems with only private chain technology, and something like Ethereum really only makes sense in a public chain technology. And again, there's some weaknesses with public chain, like scalability, that can only be reached in a private chain. So private chains are good for scalability, but not good on security. Public chains are good on security, but not scalability. NEM is the only blockchain technology that was designed to be both a public chain and a private chain.
I hear you, yeah.
So we get to design whole systems with LuxTag that utilize this architecture of a hybrid chain technology, where we're utilizing the security of the public chain and the scalability of the private chain. So I'll give you an example. Let's say, for instance, we are making a certificate for a certain company. And let's say, for instance, supply chain. So we will make a certificate of value for an expensive product. That product's identity lives on the public chain, right? But as that product moves from the beginning stage to the middle stage to the late stage of development, as it passes through stores for being sold, as it goes through logistics, as customers use it, as they update it, as they change it, as they resell it to other customers who then change it and update it, all of that information, which is 99% of the information, would normally be very expensive to secure on a public chain. But we can store the certificate ownership and the value of the item itself on the public chain, but all the information about where it's been and how it's been updated on the private chain, and we can do that for a near zero cost.
Yeah, at the moment actually here at LuxTag, we are not only using this hybrid between public and private chain, but even the third element coming in with a local database. Some of the data which is not necessary to save on the public chain nor on a private one can still can be retained in a local database.
Sure.
Okay. Yes. Okay, thank you for answering these questions first.
Okay, thank you.